This is the crew of the Dinosaurs. The Dinosaurs is a poetry performance with percussion instrumentation, which I've written, performed by Nina Shanks, myself, Mike Lewis, and Mark Harper, and the percussion is performed by David Marks and David Conrad. Somewhere in a New Jersey laboratory is a special refrigerator filled with amber specimens. Each of these gems contains one or more tiny insects, trapped in the resin when it was a sticky polymer oozing from a prehistoric tree. The oldest of these are two 95-million-year-old flies. Unlike fossils whose original material have been replaced by stone, the amber preservations are the actual creatures. Every molecule is present. These ancient flies must have alighted on the leathery hides of great dinosaurs, and perhaps fed upon their carrion. If indeed these minute insects had dined on dinosaur flesh, the remains of their meal may still be preserved inside their tiny bellies. Like all living things, each cell of the dinosaur contains the genetic code for the entire beast. Just one cell preserved for 95 million years in the stomach of a fly could contain the genetic information to recreate a dinosaur. Within 50 years, science will have the ability to repair age-old strands of DNA. In 50 years, science will be able to clone a complex life form. In 50 years, the dinosaurs are coming back. Proterosuchus, Ornithosuchus, Lagosuchus, Euparkeria.
Phytosaurus, Saltoposuchus, teeth in sockets, Spicodonti.
Stegosaurus, Kentrosaurus, Peranthodon, Dawson-Trurus.
Spinosaurus, Altospinax, Dimetrodon, Edaphosaurus.
Ceratosaurus, Dryptosaurus, Allosaurus, Megalosaurus, Pedilopluron, Tyrannosaurus.
Sickle-tooth, Xanthlodon, monster lizard, Macrodontopion.
Astrodon, Amygdalodon, Dinodocus, Zigongosaurus.
When did you first realize that you were a dinosaur?
I'm not a dinosaur, you know.
Yes, but when did...
You see, a pterodactyl isn't a true dinosaur.
Right. But what I want to know is when you first...
And besides that, the pterodactyl is inside of me. We share the same body, but I don't actually think that I'm a pterodactyl.
Really? You have this other creature inside of you? Tell me about it.
Well, it all started about 3 years ago. Well, no, 4. Well, actually, about 3.5 years when I was doing some mountain climbing. At the time, I didn't understand it, but I just had this crazy urge to just let go and glide through the air.
Oh, do you get these urges often?
Well, in the last couple months, I think of flying constantly.
And why do you think a dinosaur and not a bird?
A pterodactyl.
A pterodactyl, pardon me.
Did you ever see that movie 1 Million Years BC?
I think so. Isn't that the one with Raquel Welch?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you see, there's this scene at the end of the movie where this giant flying reptile swoops down and carries off Raquel Welch to feed to its babies.
Yeah.
Well, when I saw that scene, all I could think of was, that's me, all the way.
October 24th, 150 million years BC. I feel that I must dispel a common misconception about two of the most common Jurassic dinosaurs. The cunning predatory carnivore, named Antrodemus, is always depicted as attacking the heavily armored Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus, the largest of his kind, is covered with thick, bony plates that run along his back and tail, ending in 4 long and deadly spikes. Quite simply put, Antrodemus, or Allosaurus as he is sometimes called, is not that stupid. Those spikes are extremely dangerous. Just one good swing of the tail, and you're the next candidate for the fossil beds. Anyway, the Allosaurs avoid those Stegosaurs at all costs, especially since Stegosaurs are very temperamental and will charge just about anything with no provocation. And they don't give up either. I followed one for several kilometers before it realized that what it was charging was in fact a distant volcano. I really can't blame the Allosaurs for keeping away from something as mean as that. But I still get a kick out of hearing them explain it away by saying that Stegosaurus meat isn't kosher.
See, this pterodactyl is inside of my body, Doc.
Yes.
Its bones are wrapped around my bones like strangling figs.
Strangling figs?
Yeah, you know those trees that wind around other trees for support? Except that after a few years, the original tree is strangled to death, and the big tree keeps growing.
Yeah. And you imagine this is happening to your bones?
I don't imagine.
I'm sorry,
And that's not all, Doc. My muscles are slowly being replaced. I know it sounds crazy, but it's like the new muscles are just trying to go along with the rest of my body. You know, do what my other muscles are doing until the time comes.
what time?
The time when it takes over. The time when the new muscles are strong enough to overpower me. Then it will be carrying me around inside of it. It'll be no use struggling, Doc, because it'll be too strong. And when the wings develop, I'll have to give up struggling because it'll start flying. Can you see me, Doc? Riding around inside this prehistoric reptile. My muscles starting to atrophy. Because if I make one single move, I could send us into a tailspin. Doc, I'm scared. You gotta help me, please.
It'll be all right.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Listen, we'll take some X-rays.
I'm scared.
X-rays, all right? X-rays.
November 14th, 100 million years BC. Tyrannosaurus Rex is the crunchiest thing I have ever met, and his friend Tyrannosaurus Jones is almost as bad. They are both real jerks, and they have terrible breath. Who needs claws and teeth to make a kill when you smell like that? First flowers in the world bloom today, and the hum of bees is not too far in the future. The air is cooling down finally, but I seem to be the only one who really enjoys it. I guess these creatures were just made for a warmer climate. In any event, I will miss the Mesozoic era with its slightly familiar trees and flowers and birds and rodents, and its less familiar graceful giants, the dinosaurs, except Tyrannosaurus, who have no sense of humor at all. Well, we've got the x-rays right here, Dr. Snyder, but there seems to be something wrong with them.
Oh, well, let me see.
See that sort of blurry effect there?
Oh, yes, I do, yeah.
See, looks like two of everything. See, two of every rib, and see this? The way it almost looks like something is twisted around the arm and leg bones?
Yes.
If this x-ray is correct, your patient has two skeletons.
Oh my.
December 31st, 65 million years BC. The already cooling climate has been rendered cold by a veil of clouds. A plague of comets have struck the Earth, stored from their distant orbits by the tiny planet X and scattered across the solar system in vast migrating flocks. Thousands have impacted the Earth and sent up cloud mountains of dust to blanket the world from the sun's radiant beams. A plague of comets! An invasion from space! A mass extinction! The dinosaurs are gone! The Mesozoic era has finally come to an end.
I'm changing now. I can feel the flow of new bloods. And the holds of new muscles. Hollowed bones. And acute sensations of smell. The wind caressing my strong and flexible hide. An insect oozing from its shell. My wings pumped with blood, growing. I am out of control.